I hope you are in good health and happiness today. Right now, I will explain you about what I know in informative public speaking, or also known as informative speech. Afterwards, I will tell you of one interesting piece of information, and I can say that information I'll share to you later is one of the example of informative speech. So let's get down to the first part. What is informative speech? An informative speech is a type of speech that is delivered to inform the audience about a particular topic. High school and college students usually get to write these kinds of speeches every now and then. An informative speech is one that provides information and is intended to educate the audience. It helps the audience learn, understand, and remember the information that you are presenting. According to the informative speech definition, it is a type of speech that is intended to educate the audience about a particular subject. It presents information to explain a subject, an idea, or a concept through visual aids. The main purpose of an informative speech is to provide information regarding a specific topic that the audience knows nothing about. These speeches require facts and figures that support the idea of the speech. These facts and figures are collected from reliable sources to enhance the credibility of the topic. There are many ways to inform the audience about a particular topic. The informative speech is one of those several ways. The speech can be about an object, an event, a concept, or a process. Informative speeches are not like persuasive speeches, where the sole purpose is to persuade the audience. These speeches are intended to educate and inform the audience members about the speech topic. Okay, right now I will tell you about one example of descriptive speech, or it's also known as informative speech. Okay, do you know Falsa Boda? Falsa Boda has been staging fake weddings with all the trappings of the real deal: music, dancing, formal wear, and a bride and groom. The group has done away with all the emotions that accompany traditional ceremonies, like joy, anxiety, underlying bitterness in jealous quest, and hopefully true love, so that having fun becomes the main objective. Authentic weddings have been on the decline in Argentina as men and women wait longer to marry. According to The Guardian, only 11,642,000 couples were married in Buenos Aires in 2013, down from almost 22,000 in 1990. Falsa Boda, which literally means false wedding, started when a group of friends decided to throw their own wedding after going a long time with attending one, and it was so successful that they set up the business in November 2013. Guests pay around $50 to attend the fake celebrations, and the proceedings feature unexpected interruptions, such as a secret or ex-lover to derail the fake vows and heighten the drama. The guests get all the fun of a wedding party with none of the commitment or the problem of finding someone who is actually getting married. Partygoers certainly commit to the event, as the celebration will usually run until 6 a.m. the next morning. The bride and groom were all decked out. So were the witnesses, family, and friends. But the altar was actually a stage. The priest's questions to the couple were not quite what one would hear in a church. The wedding rings were inflatable, the cake plastic, and the Bible oversized. This was no ordinary wedding. In fact, it was no wedding at all, but a falsa boda in Spanish, or fake wedding, and a really good excuse for a party. In case there was any doubt, as the couple hired actors left the stage, colored lights flashed, the disc jockey started the music pumping, and the announcement was made to the paying guests. The wedding is fake, but the party is real. The purpose of the Falsa Boda is to convey joy and fun and live the happy moments related to love without having to fall into the traditional ritual of what a marriage is. Real weddings have been on the decline in Buenos Aires, less than half of what they were about 20 years ago, as couples are simply living together or waiting longer to marry. When they do, they don't necessarily want a traditional church ceremony. In 2014, a Pew Research survey found only 20% of Argentines went to church regularly, one of the lowest figures in the region. But Argentines still love a wedding. The fake wedding is telling of the social paradox of a country that remains traditional and overwhelmingly culturally Roman Catholic, even as the divorce rate hovers around 50% and civil unions become accepted. The spoof is at once a nod to tradition and a subversion of it. It has also become a thriving business. Over the course of the evening, which stretched until 6 a.m., there were two wedding rehearsals and two wedding ceremonies, each with an exchange of bogus vows. The actors who were the bride and groom in the first wedding became the witnesses in the second, and vice versa. The ceremony itself is short and salty rather than sweet, allowing guests to get on with the party. The entertainment includes two bands and a DJ. The ritual of placing a garter on the bride also gets a twist, with 10 single women and 10 single men from the crowd invited to also give it a try. And what wedding party would be complete without the bride tossing the bouquet? A small crowd rushed forward. A euphoric woman caught it, which could only mean that she might be the next in line to get married, or not. So that's all from me. I told you about what informative speaking is, what is the purpose in informative speaking, and I told you about the false wedding event, or it's also known as Falsa Boda. If there's any questions you'd like to ask, don't hesitate to ask by comment in the comment sections below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye!